What I wanted to go live and talk about was initially loving your inner child and all of that. What would you say if you could go back, and how would you handle that to change something in your future? And I wasn't on my spirit to do that anymore. And so then what was on my spirit was grief and trauma, because we're all going through something right now. And we all are dealing with something right now that we don't really talk about or share because we want to be private and we don't want people in our business. And I get that. But what I also learned, in your silence, you can't give somebody with healing. You can't help somebody else heal if you don't have a story to tell that they can relate to. So I got some stuff to talk about. I got some things to say. I got people that I would love to hear from that I can possibly help as well, So I'm here. And this is really big for me. And this is so out of my comfort zone because I do not do this, you guys. I literally wouldn't stand in a room in front of a group of people, even people that I've known for years, and I will not have the courage to talk at all. And it was to a point once that my manager told me that I had to do Toastmasters because there will come a time one day in my life that I will have to stand in front of a crowd of people and talk. That was in 2004. It's 2025. Yeah. So, no, that wasn't 2004. Yeah, it was, because my daughter was born in 2000, so that was 2004. She was 4 years old when I got this job. So with that being said, this is big for me because I am actually sitting in front of a camera that I know 1,000,000 people are going to see and hear me talk. So what does grief look like to you? And do you only identify grief when someone passes away? Because for me, grief looks like the loss of a lot of things that you hold on your heart that are very important to you. The loss of a friendship, the loss of a relationship, the loss of maybe a job or anything that you find important. You grieve and you go through the motions, the stages of emotion, and you get stuck at one for a very long time, whether it be grief, where you cry and you sit and you cry and you sit and you think about memories and you sit and you cry some more and you just cry and you cry and you cry and you cry till you have a headache and it doesn't go away the next day. You sit in that sometimes for a while, a very long while. Anger, rage. You sit in that one for a long time where you just want to just tear up everything around you and just leave nothing left, where you're just sitting in the middle of all of the chaos and disaster and just bawling your eyes out because you're just so angry. You sit in pain. Yeah, pain is a hard one. Pain is the hard one. Because it's just like Why do I have to be the good person and be the person that loves everybody? And why can't love just come and stay with me? And then you realize it's because you're loved, sweetheart. Love can find love. I won't say that, but you're loved. So, in order to receive love, you have to give love, which means in order for love to receive love that will last a lifetime, you have to love yourself first. So you have to give yourself the gift of love that you give to everybody else around you. So pain is a hard one, especially for a person of love. That's a hard one. It's a hard one. That doesn't feel good at all. That one doesn't feel good. It makes you sick to the stomach. It makes you not want to eat. It makes you just sit and cry and just like, yeah. Pain is a hard one, y'all. And then there's sadness. Yeah, I don't know I don't know how many people sit in that one for a long time because it kind of runs into all the other ones a little bit. So that one kind of fades away really quickly for me anyway. And then there is happy, right? You get happy again, and you want to go out and you want to do things and you want to interact with people and you want to be around people and you want to socialize and you just want to laugh and play and party and all of that and just feel good. That one is good, but it for some people it takes a very long time to get there. No, this is water in my cup. I don't drink anymore. Oh, but this is Couchtails and Conversations. So grab you a cocktail if you like and then come back and chat with me later, you know? But in grief, you find trauma. In grief, you find trauma because you develop mental health issues. I don't even call it issues because that's not even a word that should be used with that. You develop mental health where your nervous system is thrown completely off and out of whack. And then you have to sit in it and you have to own it and feel it, like let it go through you, right? So then you go through anxiety very badly. And then you go through depression, extreme and severe depression. And that trauma continues to mess up your nervous system, so you don't know what to really do. So you pace and you go through all these things and you just don't really know what to do with that. Because like, why did I even have to feel any of this? So then you start forming hatred that you're not supposed to have in your heart, and you feel like you're just turning cold. And sometimes you just want people to just hug you, and it's like, Don't say anything. Don't give any advice. Just hug you. Don't be weird. Don't be mean. Don't be condescending. Don't be combative. Just be their light. The same light that they give you and everybody else. That's all. They just need that. That's just it. Nothing else. So yeah. But then it makes you think about life and everything that you've gone through from your childhood to your current adult life. And you sit and you ask yourself, like, wow, it's like the impact of generational curses, right? Is a thing, baby. The impact of generational curses is a thing. So it's kind of like you love a parent that's going through trauma. So you have to love them with and through their trauma that you didn't even ask for. Because you were the child. You didn't ask for it. But you had to go through trauma with a parent, which you don't recognize until you become an adult, that you're going through trauma with a parent. Because you inherit that trauma sometimes. Sometimes you do not inherit the trauma and you are the complete opposite, but then sometimes you do. And you don't even recognize it until you get here. And going through grief and trauma at the same time, because it makes you sit and think about your entire life. And so, in loving a trauma parent, does it so heavy. Does it make you love in a trauma bond? Because we use these terms, twin flame, that's my twin flame, that's my soul tie, my soulmate. But there's also a trauma bond. Nobody really ever talks about or says really. Oh. Like, do you really know the difference between a person being your twin flame or your soul tie or your soulmate or your trauma bond? Like, do you know the difference at all? Or how do you identify it? How do you identify it? How do you identify if that's what they are for you? You ask yourself that question. It's really deep. I'm not going to tell you the answer because I want you to look and research it, because when you read it, you interpret it a little bit better, because your brain is processing the words that it sees, and then it makes you think about the words that you're looking at. So I want you to go see, and then I want you to tell me which one you think you have in your life. Because it does make a difference, because you don't identify it until you get with a person that you went through trauma and grew up with your parent during that trauma. So there's that. But you know what's really important? Your tribe is important. Before I decided to go live tonight, I text one of my friends and I was like, I'm about to do it. I'm so scared. I'm nervous. I don't know if I want to do it. And she was like, I'm so proud of you. Look at you. Look at you speaking. Because God spoke to her and told her to call me one day when I was just sitting in tears, praying as hard as I can pray. And she called me because I didn't talk to anybody that day at all. No one. And she called me. Hey, Keisha, you okay? She FaceTimed me, actually. She always FaceTime me, and I think she does that on purpose because she can only read me when she sees me. I appreciate that. But, are you okay? Because you feel heavy. Like, nope, not okay. So she's like singing, and then we start singing or whatever. And she's like, Keish, why aren't you speaking? I'm like, what are you talking about, girl? Like, what? We're on the phone, we're talking. What are you talking about? She was like, no, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about. Why aren't you speaking yet? Man, let me tell you something. When God tells you to do something and you don't do it, He gonna send you a sign afterwards. And if you don't do it then, He's gonna send you a warning. You don't want that. You don't want that. I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna do it. So then I started posting my little videos here and there. But then I would let sorrow overwhelm me, and then I would shut down, and I would shut down my pages, and I would not post for weeks. What are you doing, Keisha? That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You better log back in, girl. I logged back in. And I started talking. I didn't speak via video or any live. I just started talking. I use Facebook as a journal. I journaled on Facebook for a few days. I had to let it out, and it was still in my chest. It's still in my chest, but it was in my chest, and I just was letting it out. I was bleeding on paper. I was bleeding on paper. Thank you to the people that caught it and wore my band-aids. I love y'all. I love y'all real bad. But anyway, so yeah, so here I am. I go live, and I can't go live because I don't have 1,000 followers with a public page. So then I say, okay, cool, I'll just make a video. This is a 20-minute long video, so I don't know how much of it will post, but I'm doing it scared. I'm doing it obediently. I'm doing it. Going forward, I am going to be posting videos in segments every Wednesday, about 7, between 7 and 9. and just talking about just topics. I just hate that I can't get anybody to interact with me and ask me questions as I'm recording. That would have been really fun and really intimate. So I guess I'm going to have to make this a podcast type thing. So, it's a little intro. Hope y'all liked it. Thank you for watching. I love y'all. Good night.